Had a little listen to his podcast, huh?
Dude, it's educational. And besides, I've been wanting to listen to this one.
Welcome to Idling in the Impala, a podcast by and for lovers of supernatural and the fan fiction it inspires. Before we begin, just want to remind you to follow us wherever you listen so you don't miss any episodes or bonus content. If you love what we do and want an easy way to show your support, please consider leaving us a positive that's all the stars rating on your favorite listening platform. It helps SPN and fanfic lovers find us and share in the fun. I'm Sandra.
I'm Kasey, and there's a ton of other ways to be part of our supernatural road trip. From joining our Discord to fueling up the Impala with a Ko-fi donation or membership, check out this episode's description or idlingintheimpala.com. I wish I could document how many times I spend our intro silently laughing because we've done something or had a conversation right before we start recording, and I'm still not over it. And then we're like, no, we have to be professionals now. And I'm like, I'll just get the giggles out while she's talking, and it'll be fine. So, context for that, dear listeners.
We're sharing in the fun.
We are sharing in the fun. Right before we started recording this episode, me and Sandra got into, I would say, an argument, a heated debate about our love for Sam and Dean and who is the most poorly done to in the show, and yada yada yada. You know, one of those. Well, Dean did this. Well, Sam did this. Those kind of fandom discourse. But we love each other, so it's well, absolutely whataboutism. But we love each other, and it's a safe space. But so Sandra is one of the very few people I will let push my boundaries with Sam. Like most people, I will just we'll get to a point, and I'll be like, Sam is an angel baby man who has never done a thing wrong a day in his life, and I'm not taking feedback at this time, and I will leave it there. And I'll just keep repeating that, and you can say what you want to say to me, but I'm not I'll listen to you, but we're not debating it anymore. I've made my decision. But so I love Sandra, and we're close, and it's a safe space. So I let her push my boundaries, and then when my boundaries about Sam are pushed, I just turn into this has never happened before. I just absolutely am feral about it, and I'm like, I think the words, how dare you refuse to listen to context when discussing season 9 with me? How dare you say context doesn't matter? It wasn't an argument, it was genuinely a discussion. But then we sort of wrapped it up with the anyway, I think we could both agree it's all John Winchester's fault, because that is where we both stand. Sam and Dean are the way they are because of John Winchester. Fuck you, John. And then I was like, it's really funny that we've had this conversation right before what we're about to record. So what are we about to record this week? We are once again continuing our terrible decision. Woo! I think we're halfway through now, and the decision has not got any less terrible. Ranking plot lines of Supernatural. And this week's plot line is season 7 to season 9. Now, if this is your first time with Idling in the Impala, welcome. Hi, take a seat. Yeah. You won't know this. But for those of you that have been with us a while, I am fucking feral about season 8, and not in a good way. I am absolutely foaming at the mouth with my bare hands, Dean Winchester. I'll kill us both. Feral about season 8. So me and Sandra to be what-abouting between Sam and Dean, and then it's oh no.
We just brought up 2 seasons we're going to be talking about.
See, the most angry. Fuck.
Which we've, again, through the course of the years, doing this podcast, talking to various fans, again, fans that are very much, I love Sam, I love Dean, and then you come to these seasons, and it's man, oh man, this is a point where a lot of Sam fans have just said nope,
just noped out.
I can't do this anymore. A pretty good discussion, of course, that we didn't record. I think about a lot of things. Fandom.
Honestly, I don't think
we approach our fan. I don't even know if we would have talked about a lot.
I don't think we would have got into it like that if we hadn't been recording. Some things are, private in the most real sense. We will talk to anybody about anything. Please don't be put off. Please don't be like, oh, I'm not going to go talk to those guys. They're going to yell at me. We're not. We will talk to you. We want to hear your opinion. But between us, as a Dean fan and a Sam fan, sometimes we lock arms. It's not often. It's I will say it's not often. But sometimes sometimes someone tries to compare the context of season 4 with the context of season 9, and I am not all right with that.
To be fair, it was not the context. It was just the examples. But then context started to get into it. So,
context didn't matter until I was on the back foot. That was the thing. And that was the thing. I was like, you give me examples. And she started to give me examples. And I was like, but the context.
And again,
I am the worst. I am truly the worst person to fight with.
No.
I fight really dirty. And I'm like, I'll start pulling shit up from years and years and years ago that you've forgotten. And I'm like, oh, my secret weapon. I'm terrible.
I think that's why too, like when it comes to debating, I'm not that good. I'm not a good debater unless I feel I can be given time to kind of really think back and reflect, especially if I haven't been given time to kind of like, research or come up, you know what I mean? And I just don't like to debate. Like debating is not a thing that I enjoy. Yeah. Like I just
Sandra doesn't like it. I do. Yeah. I do, but only until I'm losing. And then I'm furious. But like you absolutely, you can debate Dean Winchester because you know him like intimately. Well, we wish.
I would like to think so. But then again, I think we all know, no matter what, like there's only so much you can do with a character in terms of there are plenty of times when I'm just eye rolling and going, oh God, I can't believe this. I can't believe he's doing this. Like this is just such a bad decision. Don't do this, please.
Stop.
And again, I think it's because of what we want for our characters. And yeah, I mean, I was saying this to Kasey, like our bodies like start to viscerally like react to like the character being like, well, give me explain him. And I'm like, but I can't. But I know that but I can't explain him away, but I can understand why. I can't say it's right, but there's that understanding of him, like at this very like core level of this little person inside, this little kid, that I think is just, it's when they keep talking about your inner child thing. I think that's what I keep coming back to with Dean. Is like, without the skills, right? Without the skill set that I don't think he has gotten. And even at this point in the show, I think this is the turning point, maybe and I don't know, we're going to see, because we're going to rank some more of this bullshit and see what we come up with. But I think that there's growth in these characters, but you can't put them on the same parallel, like they're both going at it at the same point. You know what I mean? So I think it's a very long haul. For Dean Winchester, that I think
the thing is they are both doing the best that they can with the tools that they have. Yeah, but those tools are different.
Some are blunt, some are sharp, some are like exacting, some are just
and also maybe this is potentially very dangerous. Some of them try to upgrade their tools, maybe, whereas the other ones don't. Well, and they just keep hammering away with what they've got. But also the ability to upgrade your tools also
happen unless you
you have to have the right tools to be able to upgrade them in the first place. It's not that cut and dried.
It's interesting because I think the one thing I keep coming back to as my 52 years, coming on 53 years of life, is that as I'm looking back on relationships, people that, those people that kind of come in and out of your life for different reasons, and knowing that sometimes there are people that stick with you no matter what the iteration is of yourself. They have that ability to stick with you no matter how much you've changed, because they see the growth, they see the attempts, they see all of the things. And I think sometimes my hope for Sam and Dean together is that that's kind of why they care and love each other so much, no matter how codependent and irrational it is. There's this ability to stick with them through all of it. And there's some people that I think in your life just don't, or they're just not meant. They're just not meant for every season of your life. And I think these boys, and they are boys, I think really, like when we talk emotionally, there's a lot of boy still in them. I think that they continue through all of the harm, whether put on by them externally or internally, they're still wanting to see the rest of it with each other. I think it's really amazing relationally that a lot of people don't get. I was talking to Kasey about, friends I've had in my lifetime. And I have one friend in particular I've known over 40 years now. And I've been with him through everything. There's been dips in and out, but we can be in the quiet with each other and we can see how each other has maybe changed and gone off, but we still love each other and come back. It's this spongy yo-yo thing. And I think I want that for them. I'm hoping that's what we think is going on with these two. Not even if you take it, whether you take it, Winchester or not. You could take it both ways, I think, in terms of their relationship, how you see them intertwined together. And I think that's, I think the tingly man tingles all over. I was just
never had this happen to my body before.
Here we go again.
Tingling.
Here we go again. It's like me trying to work this out in my brain as to why am I fighting so hard for this character? Yeah. What does that say about me? Kind of a thing. Yeah.
But the thing is, and like you were saying about coming back to each other, is that it takes different forms, and could Dean be better? Yes. Could Sam be better? No, he's perfect. No, but however, it's always coming from a place of love. That's what it is.
Yeah.
we gonna get into it in this, but in the things that happen in season 8, Dean is doing them because he is incapable of saying, I am upset and I am hurt that this happened, and I feel like you made this choice and that hurts me. And Dean is incapable of saying those words. So he lashes out in an attempt to make Sam feel the same way that he feels, thinking that will make him feel better. Yeah. But it's not is it malicious in that he's hurting Sam for the sake of hurting Sam? Yes, it is. But when you look a little bit, you can leave it there. You can be like, I do. I don't need to justify my hatred of season 8. Okay. I'm like, he does this because it hurts Sam and he's dead. Right. But at the actual core of it, it is because he loves Sam and he is hurt by Sam's actions. And Sam didn't not look for Dean because he doesn't love him. Sam didn't look for Dean because he didn't fucking know where to start. And also, they very clearly had a pact to not look for each other. And then the rules changed when Dean decided that they changed, but it was very fucking clear. And it is canonically mentioned on screen by Bobby. Thank you very much, Audrey and Vic from the Sam Girl Retrospective podcast, for drawing my attention to that. It is canonically on screen that they had a fucking pact not to look for each other. Sam did nothing wrong. Anyway, moving on.
I think there's, when you talk about skills and stuff, there's a protection aspect. And again, I keep going back to this whole inner child thing of you only have so many skills to get you through the trauma at a certain age. Yeah. And I think that unfortunately, if you keep repeating them and you don't have the opportunity to know that there are other options, or you're kind of isolated or in your own space and you don't give yourself the ability to look outward, I think that's where you have a lot of decisions being made based off of, I think, even going back to protection at a very basic level, I think, for some of these characters. Anyway, we would go off, and
this would not be a ranking episode. This would be a How Feral Are We about the Winchesters episode. So no, we are ranking seasons 7 to 9. It's because I was at the end of my list because I have to read upwards, but the seasons part is at the top of my list. This is season 7 to 9. So, do we want to cover the lines that we'll be ranking?
Yeah. So do
you have them? Because I don't.
Yes, I have them. So
amazing.
Plot lines that we came up with, and again, Kasey and I did a full on. Let's go through all of the seasons and figure out all the plot lines, and then eventually we kind of distilled them down. But then we ask Discord.
We hand them to our Discord and go, did we miss anything, you guys? And our Discord is super helpful in going, hey, what about this? What about this? Well, this is technically a part of that. We are only 2 people and this show is fucking huge. So if we did miss something, we're very sorry. Leave us a comment, let us know what we missed. But these are what we're working with.
And I will say, even though we do get some thoughts and ideas from Discord, I think at the end of the day, it does kind of Kasey leaves it to me to kind of figure out and then ask, why did we do it this way? But I usually try to maybe put some things together just to make it
Yeah,
less...
Sandra, not, I'm not throwing you under the bus. I am getting confused. No, I'm not. Sandra, we together threw everything we could think at the wall, and then we divided it up into seasons, and it goes out to Discord, but Sandra is the one that goes, okay, this goes with this, and this is a part of this. So again, it's a community effort, but these are the plot lines that we're starting with, as Sandra has ranked them.
And we're not
as Sandra has put them together.
Be all end all. There's 16 of them, and I think once we're finally done...
This is not getting any easier, you guys.
I think this is still pretty, like, standard, so I don't know when we go to the last two sections of 10 to 12 and 13 to 15 if they're going to get lower. I'm hoping, because I feel like, I don't know. We're just got to wait and see. So Plotlines we're going to see. And I'll include a little chart that I made that kind of like shows the overlap or continuation, or like how I think these plot lines fall over these 3 seasons. So first one is Godstiel. Cass sacrifices himself and returns. So season 7. Leviathan, season 7. Lucifer, season 7. Sam and Dean's Rift, Amy and Emma, season 7. Bobby's death, his spirit hanging around, season 7. Kevin and the War for the Tablets starts at season 7, goes into 8. Purgatory, season 8. Benny/Dean and Amelia/Sam, season 8. Men of Letters, and then The Bunker, season 8. The Trials, season 8. Cass being manipulated, spying for Naomi, season 8. Metatron. This was a big one that I was like, how do we put this together? Metatron, Cass, Angels Fall, season 8 and 9. Cass loses his powers, struggles with his humanity, season 9. Gadriel Possession, season 9. Crowley's addiction to human Crowley's addiction to human blood.
Human bugs! Sorry.
War with Abaddon to rule over hell, season 9. First Blade, Mark of Cain, Abaddon is the big bad, season 9. So again, we came up with 16. We typically do our rankings from least to favorite. So I don't know how you want to do this, Case, because I feel like we're going to hit a. I don't know if we just say we've had thoughts and we've talked about certain things, a lot. So it might be, I might want to pull together some episodes as here, like this is probably an episode you might want to listen to.
Some context episodes?
Yeah, some context episodes. So I might be able to come up with that and add those to Spotify.
Oh my God, isn't she fucking great, guys? You're hashtag the bestest. I love you.
Thank you. I love you too. I also think that if we continue, I know season 8's going to like jab us and we're going to like.
Do you want to? Shall I go first and I will try and speed run season 8?
And then maybe if I'll be like, Case, we're on a time crunch.
Okay. So, all right, I will go first. And what I will say is like the episode that comes to mind, if you want to get like a condensed version of my feelings, is Unhinged Winchesters, which is out. It'll be out by the time this is out.
Yeah.
Which we did with the host of the Epic Love Story with Sam and Dean. I've mentioned it a lot, but I just want to be like, I will lay this out right now, right? I don't like season 8, and I am especially angry about the finale of season 8, where Sam is literally about to commit suicide, and Dean straight up lies to his face. Okay? That is how I interpret that scene. Dean straight up says, there is nothing past or present I would put before you, when a few days, weeks, months ago, however long the season is supposed to ask, he canonically says, Benny has been a better brother to me this past year than you have ever been. He stands in that church on hallowed green ground. And also, I'm not religious, but for some reason, the fact that it's in a church really gets to me. I think it's like Sam has just literally gone to confession, and he has been driven to the brink of suicide. So Dean says to him, you'll die. And he goes, so? I have a hell of a lot of issues with the end of season 8. So if you want like the episode, like I said, that comes to mind, Unhinged Winchester moments with the Epic Love Story, Sam and Dean, I'm sure Sandra will pull some other shit together. I am not okay with the end of season 8.
Yeah, right? I feel like Carrying Wayward, when we had Marie on, I think there was a lot of discussion about that.
Yes.
Maybe.
And also, if you would like to discuss season 8 with me, drop us an email, Join our Discord. I will talk to you all day long and twice on fucking Sundays about my interpretation of season 8. All that being said, my number 16 plotline for this group of seasons, which is my least favorite plotline, is Benny and Dean and Amelia and Sam. So my notes for this, I wrote very brief notes because I'm a pantser. My notes for this are, go die in a fire. Again, the show presenting these two relationships as equal is appalling. Sam didn't try and act like Amelia was a replacement for Dean, which is Dean did act like Benny was a replacement for Sam. Anyway, also, this is different. This is not about Benny, right? Also, Sam thinking that the only person he deserves is broken. Amelia herself calls herself broken, and her father calls her broken. She's a broken woman, whatever. It makes me sad. I know you're also broken, buddy, but this feels like settling, and you deserve better. He deserves better. Like, he is also broken. Like, I'm not here like Sam is a paragon of mental health. He's not. But I don't know, just something about that just sits wrong with me. That like it feels like he's going, well, I'm never gonna get any better than this. Yes, you will, you're fucking gorgeous. Carry on. Right, moving swiftly on. We'll talk about season 8 some other time. That particular plot line is my least favorite. Number
Kasey,
15.
I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
I'm such a good fucking spider. Oh my god, I'm nailing it, you guys. I'm getting a good graded podcast, which is both normal and reasonable to want and achieve. Number 15, Metatron casts The Angels Fall from season 8 and season 9. Metatron, aka the world's most stupid villain. I don't like the Metatron story arc. I think it's fucking stupid. It is unfortunate that Metatron is played by Curtis. What's his last name? I want to say Brown, but I don't think it is.
Armstrong.
Curtis Armstrong, who is an exceptional actor and manages to make Metatron every bit as slimy and disgusting as as his personality is. But it's stupid. He's a stupid villain. It's dumb. That's all I'm going to say. Tiny, small props for the fact that this plotline occurs during Sam's trials, and the episode that they find Metatron in the motel is where Sam has his little monologue about Dean reading the stories of the Knights of the Round Table, and he's tired and crying and like a little bit sweaty and greasy, and he has his like, I remember thinking I could never go on a quest like that because I'm not pure. Oh, my actual soul, please. So it gets teeny tiny props because I fucking love that scene, but the rest of it, I don't like Metatron. Metatron. And like Cass and the Angels Fall, meh. Like the Angels falling in of itself is a stupid, like, Supernatural did not know what to do with angels. That is the thing. They brought them in because they were like, this will be cool, and then they just didn't get rid of them, and now they don't know what to do with them. So sorry. Okay. Number 14, Godstiel. Cass sacrifices himself and returns, season 7. Too little, too late, my friend. It's too late for you. I'm so sorry. I have made my decisions about what an absolute wank stain of an angel you are. Anyway, number 13, Cass loses his powers and struggles with his humanity, season 9. Yes, very sad. Anyway, number 12, Cass being manipulated and spying for Naomi, season 8. That thing was weird. It was too weird. It was too random. It was too poorly explained. Like, fucking what is happening? And I swear to God, I seem to remember some kind of episode where Castiel is like navigating like a white space kind of thing. And then Dean's there and he's supposed to kill him. And I can't remember if he kills Dean. I think he does, but there's like a pile of dead Deans.
That's the Naomi part.
Fucking
Naomi's there.
Weird.
Yeah.
And also, it's reminiscent of, I forget which Resident Evil it is. The ones with Mila Jovovich in them. But I forget it's specifically what movie it is. But there's a very similar thing with the Alice character going through like a kind of like a simulation thing like that. And there's a pile of dead Alices where she's failed. It's fucking weird. Like all around, it's just weird. The whole Naomi thing is weird. It's just weird, poorly explained, and it's happening in season 8. And I'm like, there is friction between the brothers. Sam is settling. I don't have time for you right now, Castiel. Go away. Number 11, Sam and Dean's rift, Amy and Emma. Okay, this is season 7, but the show acting like these are equivalent actions legitimately makes me violent. It legitimately, Sam killed a monster that needed to die. Dean killed a desperate, albeit she was a monster, but a desperate mother in a sticky situation. And he did it out of malice.
Mhm.
It is not the same. That was a very pointed silence from Sandra, wasn't it, listeners? Oh, it is not. They are not
You
the same.
got me that time, Kasey.
They are not the same. And the show attempting to present them as, oh, Dean killed someone Sam cared about, and Sam killed someone Dean cared. He didn't care about it. He knew she existed for like 2 fucking days,
Yeah.
and she was pointing a gun at his head. It's fucking stupid. I hate it. The best thing about Slice Girls is the scene where Dean's taking his shirt off. That's it. No, and that bit where he falls back on the bed as well. That one's pretty good. Anyway, number 10, Kevin and the War for the Tablets, season 7, season 8. My note on this says, I don't remember this well. So
it must not have been memorable at all for you to
don't
rank.
fucking remember.
Yeah.
Is this because like I'm weirdly I'm in the middle of like I'm in 2 different places because I've been rewatching for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the bit where like the like Mrs. Tran and the boat and the Crowley girls and Mrs. Tran and Samandriel and the
Season
thing?
9, I think, ends up taking care of all of those other little bits too. So, I mean, I could technically have extended this into 9 as well, but really, I think the bulk of the tablet stuff, I think, is really, really heavier. I think in 8,
Yes,
because
I
that's
agree.
around the time with Naomi and all of that stuff as well. But they continue to bring in new tablets, which kind of like continues this.
It's
thing.
another.
Yeah.
It's Supernatural does this so often. It brings in a thing that is really cool and then just doesn't do anything with it,
Mm-hmm.
and then just drags it like a demon tablet containing spells and magic and the ability to close the gates of hell and whatever. That's cool.
Yeah.
They don't do anything with it. I don't remember this particular plotline very well, so it's kind of just like middle of the road. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
I like Kevin. I think he's sweet.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Number 9,
so.
Bobby's death, his spirit hanging around. Ow, my feelings.
Mm-hmm.
It's Bobby's death and the episode, which is not called In My Time of Dying, but I can't remember what it is called.
Death's Store.
There we
Death's
go.
Store, yeah.
See, she fucking knows, y'all. She
Well,
knows.
that's because I love that episode, even though it breaks my heart.
I
Yeah.
love that
Mhm.
episode. I think it's really, I really like that time that we spend with Bobby. And I really like the end where he stands up to his dad and he's like, I've raised 2 boys and they saved the world. Like, oh, I've got tingles, you guys have tingles. My only wish for that episode, and I know what it is. I know that they're trying to be like, this is how Bobby and the boys communicated. This means a lot to them. But I wish his final word hadn't been idiots.
Mhm.
Could have been, I love you. I'm proud of you. Like it's too macho bullshit.
But it's
Like,
also
I'm not here for it.
Yeah, no, I get that too. But I like when we talk about how they communicate that with each other. Like, I don't know if it would have been, like I just don't know if I think maybe Ghost.
I just feel
probably
like
gets a little bit more of that. I think when he finally, says his goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose, yeah, he does
Yeah.
have a better, but like when you think about Bobby's death, you think of that episode.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But like I liked his post-death. Only Supernatural you could say that. I liked his post-death arc with, him being like, that
but
won't
not
happen
when
to
they
me.
kept bringing him back, because you've said before you just don't
I
like
don't
the
like
Band-Aid
that.
continuing to get ripped off, and I'm kind of like, yay, Bobby. And Casey's like, no.
No, that arc where he refuses the Reaper and he is a ghost.
Mhm.
That bit, I like it.
Mhm.
And I like the story of that won't happen to me. Oh
Mhm.
shit, that's happening to me. And I really
Yeah.
like that he's able to say, I'm not in control of this and you
Mhm.
need to help me deal with this.
Mhm.
I really like that.
Mhm.
I like
Yeah.
when they say goodbye. It's all of the moments after that when they just have like one fucking random episode. And I'm like, Bobby, no! Like,
I'm
I just watched.
yay!
It was, I can't fucking remember what it is. It was in 11. It's the one where it's the dual timeline one with Sam and Dean.
Safe House and Bobby
that
and
one.
Rufus. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
I
I'm
love
like,
that episode. And
I love that episode.
You do?
I
Okay.
do. I do like that episode. I think it's so clever. And I think it's because I love Bobby and Rufus together.
Yeah.
But like the random fucking pop-ups, and I'm like, but why? Let me heal. Fucking hell. But like I think it was well done. It was well done. But that's there's other stuff in here that I like. I'm gonna tell you, I wrote this list with my dick. So had I not written it with my dick, maybe that would have ranked higher. Who knows? Number 8, Crowley's addiction to human blood / war with Abaddon to rule over hell, season 9. I don't like Crowley's blood addiction thing. I think it's kind of weird. I especially think like it was great acting from Mark. That final thing where they've got him in the dungeon and he's like, I deserve to be loved. It's fucking weird. I remember watching it and being like, I don't know what's happening anymore. And like the whole, he's a prostitute, he's drinking from fucking blood banks and he gets sold out. That's so very weird. But I love Abaddon. And the war with Abaddon for hell is really great. So that's why it's 8.
Okay.
I probably could have swapped those around, but whatever.
Okay.
No, I couldn't because I'm still too upset about Bobby.
Okay.
I couldn't. Number 7, Purgatory from season 8. Benny plot that doesn't make me want to claw my face off. This is before we learned things about Benny. This is before Dean weaponizes Benny. Because like I just want to specify like none of this is Benny's fault. Dean weaponizes Benny. Benny's just living his fucking life. And I like Benny's arc. I do. And I think Dean does him dirty. I really do. Because he weaponizes him against Sam.
And then he uses what he knows Benny wants to get him to be like, well, get you back to purgatory so you can help me save my brother.
It's weird. And none of it is Benny's fault. But when they're in purgatory and Dean's not weaponizing Benny, I think he's pretty fucking cool. I love Ty Olsson. And also, like, Dean is so fucking dirty in purgatory and I love it. So dirty and so badass and cool. His big obsidian weapon. Oh, I love it. I love it. I like the purgatory scenes. I like how it's one of the few moments that we get to see Dean be vulnerable about things when he's like, purgatory made sense. It felt pure. And I kind of liken it to like, and obviously this is not something that I have any real world experience with. I've only read books about it, but like soldiers who are military personnel rather that leave the military and then struggle to adapt to civilian life, which is
it's that compartmentalization, right? Like that ability to do things and then having to struggle with.
It's very because like my kind of understanding, and again this purely comes from reading autobiographies, is nothing that I have any real world experience with, is that being in a combat situation like that, it's very like everything kind of shrinks, your priorities shrink, and it becomes, I don't want to say simple, but it becomes like it's less complex, if that makes sense. Like it's quite a primal place to exist in, and obviously horrifically unhealthy mentally, horrific damage. But I think Dean relating to it in that way makes a lot of sense, and I like that they kind of drew that parallel. And again, Dean's really gross and dirty. Love it. Benny's there, and I don't hate it. It's great. Number 6, Leviathans, season 7. Now this is higher than I expected it to be, but the concept of Leviathans was really good. The show just fumbled it so badly. It went on for too long. They had rendered them like useless by the end of it. The special effects were shit. Do I even like this? The special effects were shit. Like the special effects were the worst of all. Like, that was galling. But the concept of these creatures that were like one of God's first creations that were just so fucked that he locked them away, and now here they are and they're wreaking havoc in the world. And the whole like their ability to be anybody and go anywhere, like it was cool, and we had the Frank stuff was cool, and the hiding, and like in the episode /fiction exists, which I think is the only reason that this ranks this highly. But Yeah, really cool concept that the show just fumbled really badly.
Mm-hmm.
So Slash Fiction is doing a lot of heavy lifting for the Leviathan story. And also, props to the fucking actor that played Dick Roman, because he was so gross.
Mm-hmm.
He was so slimy and gross. And I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it. And like also, like, I thought the Leviathan's plan was pretty well thought out. And you know, you've got that scene with like Roman and Crowley when they're arguing over who's going to get what, and there's like you can have Canada, and we're going to do this in the contract, and that like that's cool, you know. So it's more like little moments of doing the heavy lifting for this plotline. My number 5 is the First Blade, the Mark of Cain. Abaddon is the big bad. Abaddon is a great villain, fantastic villain. She was again fucking typical for the show. Do we even like this show? Typical for the show, absolutely mishandled. I had just watched... It's not Time Is On My Side. What is the fucking episode where Henry Winchester arrives?
I think it is Time Is On My
Importantly,
Side.
what episode is Time Is On My Side?
I think it... Oh, no, Time Is On My Side, I think, is season 6, when I think Dean goes back to, like, the Elliot Ness time period.
Is that what it is?
I think so. Hold on.
Do you know what? I have a handy dandy fucking chart here.
There's
I could have just
time.
looked it up.
I think time is in there.
Let me just see. I hold a Google Doc.
Say, Kasey, you've got
with all of the things. I have a document. What happened to Real Girl? As time goes by.
There you go. See, time is in there. Yeah,
that's what it was. As time goes by. I've just watched that really recently, and that's the first appearance of Abaddon. But she turned into such a fucking badass. Like, come on now, she's great. And you get that scene with her and Dean when he's like, "Are you gonna kill me or are we gonna make out?" Like, oh fuck. I'm so into it. I'm so into the way he gets on his knees for women, you guys. I told you, I feel like I was very clear that I wrote this list with my dick. And at the start, the Mark of Cain was cool. It was cool. Mm-hmm. I liked the stuff with Cain. I liked the stuff with the First Blade. I'm really into like the design and the lore of the First Blade, that it's a jawbone that Cain beat his brother to death with, and like the actual physical design of the blade with the teeth and stuff. It's fucking cool. It would not cut shit. Like every time it's on screen, I'm like, you couldn't stab somebody with that. What is happening right now? But the actual physical design of it is really cool. The Mark of Cain in 9, it's okay. It's when it fucking stretches out, and the 10 and the demon, and then oh no, the Mark of Cain is still there. And fucking it goes on too long. It goes on too long. It's fucking stupid. Like, pick one. Either he becomes a demon or you release the darkness. But no, they were like, we'll do both. This will totally work out fine. It did not work out fine. I've had 2 cans of Monster today, and I can really feel how heavy it's kicking in now. My bad. I'm very sorry. I've worked all week. I'm tired, you guys. But, you know, First Blade, Mark of Cain, at the start, very cool. Abaddon, also very cool. All right. Number 4, Men of Letters and the Bunker. A home for my babies. And then I also wrote, this is the Sam equivalent of Belle finding the library in the castle from Beauty and the Beast. When she's like, oh my God, all these books. Sam's like, holy shit, all this lore. I think it's really cute. I love them having a home base. I love the bunker. Like, unfortunately, when I first read this, I'm in season 12 for a different rewatch. So I read Men of Letters and went, ew. And it was going to be like way down. And then I was like, wait, no.
No, we're not there yet. Letters. Not those Men of Letters. Yeah.
Not those Men of Letters. The other Men of Letters. I like Henry Winchester. I wish we'd see more of him, to be fair. I think he's only in that one episode.
He's in another one in season 9. It's sort of like it parallels a storyline, and it's a flashback to like Henry and whoever Abaddon actually was before. The character's name I can't remember now.
I want to say Julie or Julia or something, but I could be confusing.
Maybe I can't remember. But it shows both of them together in sort of like a flashback that parallels a case Sam is working. It's the whole souls thing when they find out that the souls are being taken.
Yes,
like by people.
Yes,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I still wish we had seen more of Henry Winchester. But I really like. I love the bunker. I love that Dean nests. I love how happy he is about his whole having a kitchen and they have their own rooms and stuff, but they're still across the hall from each other because they love each other. It's super cute. And I just, like, the bunker looks like somewhere I would like to live. I would like a little bit more natural light.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
But like
I think.
an underground bunker where nobody can find me. Fuck yes, please. Yes. Okay, top 3. Number 3. So if you remember the plot lines that Sandra gave us at the start, you will not be surprised by any of these rankings. Sandra will not be surprised by any of these rankings.
No.
I'm pretty sure Sandra's been noting them off to see where we line up. So she's like, she knows what's left. Number 3, Gadriel possession. Now, I really want to fucking specify, this is not for the plot line. Not for the plot line. The plot line is rape. I have so many issues with the plot line. If you would like to talk to me about my feelings on the Gadriel issue from season 9 and Dean's actions and Sam's response, email us, join the Discord. Let's fucking talk about it. This is not for the plot line. Plot line is rape. R-A-P-E, rape. Hate it. Jared's acting, mwah. Fucking-tacular. Miss me anybody out there that is like, oh my god, he can't even act there. Like, have you even fucking seen this show? Are we watching the same show? Spectacular. What he does just with the way he holds his body is incredible. Absolutely incredible. And like, having seen like con stuff of Jared being like, I've researched this, and he speaks as Gadriel in the iambic. Iambic.
Iambic pentameter?
It's a literary device.
Okay.
And his like Jared's, I was gonna say Jared's real life mum. Like, Sam doesn't have it. Well, he doesn't have a real life mum, but it's fucking irrelevant. Jared's mother is a teacher. Like, so she taught him about this, and he used it and internalized it. And that is how he speaks as Gadriel with this like 5-beat thing, which I like, you know, I'm a pleb, I didn't notice. But just I'm so in awe of his acting and his the ability, just with like a shift of his shoulders, and it's just so good. Oh my god, you guys. I'm not okay about the way that he acts 2 different characters in the same body. Fucking hell. Not the plot line. I'm gonna fucking specify that right here. Plot line can die in a fire. Is rape. Miss me with that. Alright? But the acting, gold star. Now, honestly, my number 2 and my number 1, they're interchangeable. It could have been either way. It just happened to go this way. So you can consider them joint number 1, I guess, but I will read them as I have written them.
Okay.
Number 2, Lucifer, season 7.
Okay.
Is anybody shocked by this?
No.
Is anybody like, oh my god, Kasey, I didn't expect that.
Literally no one.
I love it. 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 The Born Again identity is one of my favorite episodes, like, of all. He's just a single layers, you guys. He's in white. He's got soft shoes on. Somebody feeds him. So it's just looked after. I love it. I love it. But also, like, Sam's, like, again, so much of this comes down to Jared's acting. And, like, the way you see, like, the way he portrays Sam really, like, losing a grip on his faculties is just, God, it's so good. And the palm thing, and this is stone 1, and hydrate and proteinate. Oh, so beautiful, you guys. I love it. And it's one of the very few times when Mark Pellegrino's on screen and I don't want to rip his face off. Because, like, I actually don't like him as Lucifer. Like, he's a good Lucifer, but, like, I just don't like Mark Pellegrino. So like, everything is tainted by his ick, unfortunately. But this, like, I don't know, he's kind of cute, I guess. And he's like, he spoke to me. Like, I don't know, that just something about it is endearing to me in some way. But number 1, drum roll, please. It's the trials. Of course, it's the trials.
Of course it is. Of course.
My notes just say, obviously, lol, my boy. He's so tired and so run down and sweaty and a little bit greasy and suffering. And I love it so much, you guys. I will not be taking feedback on my opinions about Sam's ability to suffer at this time.
I don't think you're alone in that though. Like I that's just a common theme, I think.
And it's so noble. He's so noble and so dignified about it. But unfortunately, this being number one does come with the whole suicide at the end. Which is, it's not my favorite thing.
Mm.
But again, Jared plays it like on his knees in that church, in tears, telling Dean, "Do you know what? I confessed that I wasn't a better brother." Like, fuck. Like, I'm a little bit like, we're both going to die on this hill, Dean. It's not one of, like, both of us are going to die here with my bare hands, Winchester. But, I said I wasn't going to get into that. I like Sam doing the trials. I love it. He goes to purgatory. He goes to... Isn't the second trial like he has to go free a soul from hell? Yeah, because he goes to purgatory and gets into hell that way, doesn't he? He frees Bobby.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
look, I remember these. I remember these things.
Yeah, because that's when Benny has to get... When Dean has to kill Benny to go get... Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So fucking Dean and Benny, right, though? Like, just somebody have a word with them. So that is my ranking of the 16 plot lines from seasons 7 to 9. I'm sure none of you are surprised by them. Maybe
not the last two.
Yeah, maybe one day I will write one of these. First of all, maybe one day I will write one of these with more than an hour before we record them. I was looking back through and I was like, shit, I wrote loads of notes on the other ones. These ones have got nothing.
Well, it's okay. Sometimes it's better just to go in and just like, give yourself a little bit of time to just do it.
You know what though? I kind of like it because I rank these, but I don't really write a lot of my reasons why. So then we all find out together why I've ranked them the way that I've ranked them. It's exciting. I don't work well from lists, you guys. But that is my ranking. I feel like I did really well not getting into the weeds on season 8 there. But if you wish, again, I will just specify, if you wish to discuss my feelings on season 8 or season 9, you can email us at idlinginttheimpala@gmail.com. We can join the Discord and we will have a conversation about it. I will not be swayed, in my opinion, but we can chat about it.
No, and that's okay.
We can chat about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So that's my lot. Sandra, tell us where you're at, babe.
So my least favorite. So starting at number 16, Sam and Dean's rift, Amy and Emma. Season 7, hate the parallel, driving a wedge between the brothers. And I still have a hard time understanding the necessity of this, like in the whole narrative. And I also think that some of Dean's black and white takes on monsters has been worn down a bit at this point. So it just maddens me that he doesn't have that ability to see that here.
Inconsistent for some reason. So I'm going to blame the writers because fuck them. But yeah, there's no real consistently. It's just like Dean does whatever Dean wants to do in the moment, and there's no real understanding of why that might be.
Yeah. So. Number 15 is Cass loses powers, struggles with his humanity, season 9. At this point.
Oh, yes, very sad. Anyway.
Yeah, my interest in Cass overall, I think, started to wane a bit at this point, and I think that was like, I know for some people this is like a great plot line. Not really for me. Number 14, Benny, Dean, Amelia, Sam. It's really, Amelia just in general brings this down, I think, a lot. Mm-hmm. I think maybe like for a lot of the reasons I think you mentioned too. She doesn't seem like a strong enough, the balance almost of her against if you did Benny, Dean, and their band of brothers, like kind of mentality I feel like they had in Purgatory. And like how you were talking about, is this Sam just settling? And I think that she makes it really low. The storyline with them is just, I don't understand why Sam is with her, I guess is my thing. The only other thing I think I add to that is that I do enjoy the Benny Dean dynamic a lot, so that's not really why it's this low. Do
you enjoy it here though? Do you enjoy it here in the present, or is it the flashbacks you enjoy?
I think because you see the glimpses of the what Dean has done for Benny, what Benny has kind of like done for like them coming back to each other to assist and stuff like that. There's a lot more there, I think, that if you had to unpack it, I don't know, to me it feels like more than Sam and Amelia. I don't know, there's just something about them. They have a little more weight, I feel like, again. The compartmentalizing the war, all of that stuff. I just feel like that's interesting, especially like when he goes the whole New Orleans thing, you get to hear more backstory about him and his family.
I could listen to Ty Olsson drawl all day long.
Yeah. So I some of their conversations, like I think the one in New Orleans, there's a really long just conversation between Benny and Dean that goes on for a good few minutes in terms of a scene. And I feel like that it shows a lot about them together, and you feel that friendship, camaraderie, whatever else people want to speculate, is going on there.
They were absolutely fucking in purgatory. 1000%. You think Dean fucking Winchester lived a year without sex?
Well, it's like the
yeah, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
So I get that, but I'm sure some people don't see it that way. They see it differently.
Well, no, that's okay. It is absolutely open for interpretation. My interpretation is that they were at it behind every tree. That's all.
There's a lot of fanfic that says that as well.
There's a lot of fanfic that says that.
Number 13. Number 13, I actually was Purgatory, season 8.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I like the whole, like, we talked about the pure state explaining a lot of things. I don't know, the flashbacks I feel like were just enough for me. I have a thing about the saturation level. Like, I understand why they did it, to make the kind of how they did the grainy, not the grainy, but like the fuzzy stuff for Sam and
fuzzy Amelia filter.
They had to be very gritty and stark for Purgatory, but for some reason, I don't know, that kind of, I get it.
I would rather have the gritty, washed out, like almost grayscale Purgatory vision than the you can't see shit because it's dark.
Yeah. No, I get that, because I know there's a lot of times when stuff is done like that in
like
other shows.
11,
and you can't see anything. Yeah.
Season 11, I spent a lot of season 11 going, I don't know what's fucking happening because I can't see shit.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, but I think just overall, like the flashbacks gave me just enough to get us into. I feel like there were more flashbacks for Sam and Amelia that, again, just kind of like make me go, it's still not explaining the why, like, to me, or the how, or the what. So I think that was, Number 12, Crowley's addiction to human blood, war with Abaddon to rule over hell. It was kind of just, I feel like this is when they start to, like, I think, underutilize, or when they try to use Mark, I just don't think they're starting to get into the humanity of Crowley, which I think is interesting. But also I feel like it kind of gets put somehow, like they address it in season 9 at the start, then it kind of like wanes, and then we're back to like manipulative Crowley and stuff. I don't know. It's just, this is when I'm like, they just don't know what to do with him, and it starts to get weird. Like, he's just, he's an addition, he's a part of the cast, but they keep finding ways to insert him. The war with Abaddon I thought was pretty interesting. I don't know, it just didn't grab me.
Yeah.
Number 11, Cass being manipulated, spying for Naomi. Again, I understand the reasons for the narrative to get like plots and stuff moving, but I was just like, Number 10, Godstiel, Cass sacrifices himself and then returns. Godstiel, like, is very unhinged. I do enjoy seeing that for a couple of episodes. The fact that he was gone for so long in season 7, I think initially when I watched it was like, oh, he's really gone for good. Like, he's not coming back again, because I didn't know a lot of the backstory about the rest of the show at that point. Grippy Socks Cass is also a very intriguing aspect of the character's exploration. I think Misha had to expand his acting range quite a bit in season 7. I think he did a good job with that. So I like all the different iterations. I feel like
I had completely forgotten Grippy Socks Cast.
There's a lot of different versions of Cass that we could just get, I guess, in one season, which I think is it's interesting plot wise. So that's, I think, why it's a little bit higher for me.
I suppose I will say then, because I had very much forgotten Grippy Socks Castiel. I enjoyed Grippy Socks Castiel. primarily because of how upset Dean is about Grippy Socks Castiel.
Or the bees and
Turn up on my car, naked, covered in bees. Like I really it's less about Grippy Socks Castiel and more like Meg comes back. We get more Meg, and I love Meg.
Yeah.
But also it's the fact that Dean just does not know how to handle Grippy Socks Castiel, and he's just like the frustration is palpable, and I really like it. And like I kind of feel like I will not give the writers enough credit to say that this was deliberate, but if you could kind of draw a parallel between Grippy Socks Castiel and maybe certain types of neurodivergence. I am not saying that is what the writers were going for, and I am violently stating it is clumsy as shit. It is, if you draw that parallel, you have to acknowledge that it is a really, really clumsy, badly handled, really fucking fumbled, and like low-key offensive metaphor, but I can see it. And the only reason that I can enjoy it is because Castiel is not bothered by it. And so, like, it's kind of like, as someone neurodivergent, seeing someone neurotypical struggling in a way that usually we are the ones that struggle, I'm a little bit vindictively enjoying that, just a little bit. But, equally, it could just be for comedic effect. But Cass is just really out there. Things like, I made you a sandwich, I talked to the pig before I slaughtered it. I literally made the sandwich from scratch. And like, what do you think about Lipstick Dean? Like, it's because Cass is not offended or hurt by people's reaction to his method of communication at this time. I'm okay with it. And it is. And like, it's not a good part of me. Like, I'll admit I can be very vindictive, and it's not a part of me that I praise. But watching the quote unquote neurotypical person in this scenario be the one that's flustered and be the one that's struggling to communicate and understand and like mostly be understood. I enjoy that. So yeah, my thoughts on Grippy Socks Cass. It's funny because it flusters Dean. I'm fucking sorry. He showed up on my car, naked, covered in bees. That's funny. Yeah. The bit about talking to the pig before I slaughtered it is also very funny. Okay, yes, no, I'm sorry. I had forgotten Grippy Socks Cass. That is my opinions on Grippy Socks Cass. Please continue.
Number 9 is Kevin in the War for the Tablets, so season 7 through 8 sets the stage for a lot of tablet wars, which can get to be confusing. But the introduction of this plot introduces Kevin, so I can't be that mad about it.
I'm in advanced placement.
And I initially, I didn't Kevin had to grow on me too. He was another character, like, when they first introduced him, I kind of got that vibe of, oh, they're throwing somebody younger in, like that kind of thing. Almost like how I was initially with Jack.
That scenario, it worries you, doesn't it?
It does.
Anytime someone younger comes in and you're like, oh no, I don't like this.
Because it does remind me of lots of other shows where they jump the shark, quote unquote, and it's like they're struggling, like they're trying to, I don't know, get an audience or like bring something else in that I feel like kind of like almost shows this like, well, we don't really think our main characters can bring in, you know what I mean? So I guess that's kind of like my thing with that. But But the character of Kevin then does grow on me a lot. It's the same with Jack. It's initially like, oh, what are they doing? Kind of a thing. Number 8, Men of Letters in the Bunker, the plot that gave the boys a home base. The tone of the show, whether good or bad, depending on your perspective, shifts, I think, from here on out.
Yeah.
It expands the world even further, provides more Winchester backstory. A big sigh for the eventual British Men of Letters, but the wacky hotel rooms aren't in every episode set decoration from here on out, and that kind of makes me a little sad. But I also do love and appreciate just the home aspect of it for Dean, and I guess more of like the utilitarian, I think, because we never really get the we never get the feeling that it's really home for Sam, at least not at the beginning. I think it really takes him a lot longer to maybe feel that it's home for him. And I don't know if he ever comes to the same creature comforts sense that I think Dean is just like revels in right away. So I think it shows how the boys are too, like once they get certain creature comforts that I think is more vital for Dean than maybe for Sam. And I think that gives him sort of like a I can for Dean I can relax a little bit now. And I don't think that's the same for Sam.
Absolutely shameless self-promotion. I explore this very briefly in my Sam Winchester reader insert fic need, and Sandra is in love with it. Sandra loves my exploration of it. So shameless self-promotion.
Yeah. So I think that I think the more that you really like look into that, it's just very interesting. And it's again, I know people have strong thoughts because again, a show that's been around for 15 seasons does go through lots of changes. And I think that's definitely a spot where you can say, oh, it's a different show for lots of reasons after that.
I think it comes at a good place though. I think it comes
it's
right.
Midway. It's midway.
Yeah, it's a good place in the narrative to go, this is needed now.
Yeah. Number 7, Leviathans. I really wanted more with this storyline, so it's probably higher than it should be. But I do find Dick Roman to be a despicable bad guy. And I enjoy watching. He's so like scenery chewing kind of thing. I really do love that about that actor and the way he took it and just ran with it. So it's almost like it's just enough. I mean, I don't know if we got more Dick Roman, if that would be any better. But yeah, I was hoping for more. The Leviathans had a lot of potential. So I think that's why it's higher than it should be. Number 6, Lucifer. I don't like to see Sam suffer as much as Kasey does, but I do find the inner turmoil of Sam very watchable. And I think, Pellegrino he's really fun as a Lucifer. So I think that's one, almost like when we got to see, Lucifer in the beginning, this is a much different Lucifer that we're seeing at this point. And we get more versions of Lucifer, I think, as the show.
Some might say too many versions of Lucifer.
Just for another episode. Number 5, Bobby's death and his spirit hanging around. So it's absolutely tough because I hate that we lost Bobby. But again, Death's Door, incredible gut punch of an episode, provides so much Bobby backstory. And I do like that Bobby is a firsthand example of what happens to a spirit that refuses to cross over. Because it's brought into, like, I mean, first season 2, episode 1, In My Time of Dying, when Dean's confronted with Tessa, the Reaper, and she's like, what do you think happens to, spirits who don't cross over? Like, that's what the ghosts are. That's what these spirits are that you're trying to, like, get rid of. Like, that's what it is. And he's just, you can only get to this point after 7 seasons of a show, right? To be able to explore that in detail with a character like Bobby. It wouldn't happen in many other shows. You wouldn't be able to just take that piece of lore, world building, and then attach it to a character that's so beloved like Bobby and feel it for him as he's struggling, as he's dealing with his revenge, and he's, he gives into it. You don't expect that of Bobby. So there's a lot of that I think it just makes it a really great plot line for me.
Absolutely.
Number 4, I was kind of like, why is this here? Because as I was going through it, I was like, because it was almost like everything was like shifting in placement. And I think the reason I landed on this is number 4 is Metatron, Cass, and the Angels Fall. And I think it's because my other like higher ups, I think, really need this plot in order to come to fruition in the way that they do. So I think that's why that storyline kind of like ranks higher. Not that there's anything individually, even though I think Metatron, he's so like slimy and creepy But he's also so basic in terms of his needs and his wants that it does make him an interesting bad guy, because at the end of the day, he just wants to be, I think, a great writer and a great ruler, and thinks he can do better than God that he had to edit. You know what I mean? So it's almost like it's this bravado that I can do it better, or look at me, you're going to give me the attention that I deserve now. So, and he's an interesting, almost like an influencer content creator, in later seasons too. It's an interesting, his fall, right? And all of that. And he's around for a lot of seasons. Like when you get down to it, I mean, it's like 4 seasons, maybe 5 seasons that he's a part of it.
I need to specify, because again, I didn't remember when it was my turn. Metatron is my second lowest. And if I didn't have enough reasons, the season 9 finale, before the fucking stupid Crowley bit at the end, before that stupid bit, when Metatron beats Dean to death, and in that, I don't know where they are, like a warehouse or something.
Yeah.
And
it's
Sam
that
is
unexpectedness of him, I think, as a bad guy too. You know, like that's it. Like how he's able to get away with the stuff and do these things to somebody that you think he would be able to, and that he manages it. His cleverness, I think, is
it's a very good, like, and Curtis Armstrong acts it really well. But at the end of the day, he beat Dean to death, and then I have to watch Sam cry over his brother, and Dean is like, doesn't Dean say something like, I believe in us, or something, I'm proud of us?
I don't know if he says,
I feel like he says something.
He says something.
Sam's there like, it's okay, it's fine. What is it fucking right? Everybody please hold while I look this up, because I know Dean says something that rips my soul out. That
Dean's like, well, he's like, why do you care? He's like, da da da. He's like, you've been saying that,
is it Sam? Matter. Is it Sam that's like, no, I love you? Okay, do you believe in miracles? Do you believe in miracles?
And Dean's like, well, right, that's some bullshit. What is it? Well, doesn't that suck or something like that? And like Sam's like, well, no. He's like, of course I've been lying. I didn't mean any of it or whatever. And it's just
it could equally be that Sam, it's a Sam line, but I feel like I fucking remember Dean says something and Sam just dissolves into tears, and I'm like, oh, whoa.
I don't know if there's. I really, like, again, there's so much that happens at the end. I
have the transcripts.
Okay.
I have the transcript, and I want to specify, I hate the fucking ending of it. Let's go howl at that moon. It's fucking stupid.
It is
a shitty line.
I don't know why you don't like that. I love that. I love that. I love Crowley's monologue in that. I just think it's great.
He does. Dean says, I'm proud of us.
Okay.
No, it says, the Winchesters are still struggling for the exit. Dean says,
Sam's crying.
Sam sits. The stage notes say Sam sits him down on a piece of equipment. Dean has fresh blood covering his lips and mouth. He can barely breathe. I got to say something to you. Sam, holding his older sibling upright. What? Dean's hand rests on Sammy's shoulders, but as he talks, he moves it to hold his head. The brothers' eyes never leave each other. I'm proud of us. Oh, my fucking soul, you guys.
What's the rest of it, though? What else do they...
Sam's eyes tear up as he looks into Dean's fading green eyes. Like, I don't want to say whoever wrote the fucking stage directions for this was in love with Jensen, but like in a very real way, maybe. Dean's hands fall from Sam's face and he closes his eyes and falls into his little brother's chest. Sam, no. Hey, wake up, buddy. Sam pulls Dean back up, but Dean is already gone. Sam grasps his bloody face with both hands and gently shakes. Hey, Dean. Tears fall down Sam's face as he breaks down completely. He gathers Dean's head to his chest and holds him tightly as he sobs heart-wrenching sobs that echo in the warehouse. And then Act 5.
But where's the part where he said it's before that, when maybe he's first taking him out after he's been stabbed?
Metatron. It's
because that's what I hold on to.
Yeah, no, that is Sam's desperately trying to press a cloth to his brother's gaping chest wound. Because Metatron's booked off to go do something with Castiel. And Dean's like, listen to me, it's better this way. The mark, it's making me something I don't want to be. Dean's, Sam is struggling to keep his brother upright as he practically carries him towards the exit. Dean is gasping for air and trying to hold the cloth to his chest. Sam's hand covers the cloth and wound. Dean, what happened to you being okay with this? Sam, I lied. Dean, ain't that a bitch? Yeah. So that is that moment where Dean is like, what? I thought you were fine with me dying. And Sam's like, no, I lied. No. But that is not the bit I remember because it painted Sam in a bad light, you guys. That's not the bit I remember. I remember that last bit when Dean's like, I'm proud of us. I'm like,
our amnesic brains in order for our babies. Yeah, so
that's so interesting that I remember the bit when Dean is attempting to validate Sam's feelings
and dying.
You remember the bit where Dean is validated.
Look at that.
Oh, dear,
explains so much. Anyway, I think it's all of that, right? So I think, like, again, all of that stuff is needed and necessary, I think, at least for the next two, for me. So number 3 is the Gadriel possession. Again, it has a ton to do with Jared and Sam's, like, what you see Jared do with Sam, I think is phenomenal and gut-wrenching, and I will never make any excuses for what Dean did. I can't in my brain. I can understand why he thinks it was a good idea, but I can't say it was a good idea. But I think all of that, it really has to do with the acting. And I think really from both of them, right? Because they're both, the struggle that they both go through. Jensen having to play off of what Jared does, going between, at that time, he thinks it's Ezekiel and Sam, I think it's kind of like, was this like, God, my head's spinning. It's kind of like, I can imagine other moments when we talk about, or they've talked about acting opposite each other. I feel that those are just really interesting to watch. And, unfortunately, there's Kevin dying in that whole thing. Tamoa Panicott, I think, does a really good job with the limited amount of screen time that he has, and even his, like, towards the end, his struggle, what he's trying to do and get away with.
Oh no! Everybody, won't somebody think of Gadriel and his struggle?
No, I think that at the end, I do think that it's not given enough. Like, when I rewatches, I think you get a chance to really pay attention to more. And
yes,
I think the first few times, if you're watching it, you're really not really thinking much about how the other characters are working within the plot. So he gets moments towards the end of wanting to be killed, right? But then of being used by someone else for gains, or thinking that he's going to be redeemed, his redemption, and it doesn't really come,
he is. Gadriel is also a victim.
Mm-hmm.
I fully agree with that, but also in a very real way. He raped Sam. Sue. Oh no, poor Gadriel and what he's going through. That must be awful for you, friend. Come here, let me make it all better. Stab. Poor editing Sandra is going to pull that fucking hair out.
I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it because I think it just works.
It's okay. We're not monetized. No advertisers are going to be like,
no. It's fine. Number 2, The Trials, season 8.
Yes,
I think the storyline,
my boy,
is great. I think, again, it's about Dean thinking, he's going to take the burden, he's going to do it. Sam does it, and then seeing them work through all that in the second half of a very shaky season. Like, the first half, it's distinctly too different.
8 is another one of those. This should have been different seasons. You've smushed too much together.
It's like you feel like there's a distinct, now we're moving on to something else. Like in season 8, it has a totally different. How they're able to do it, I don't know, but it's a lot. It's a lot going on there. But yeah, I just, for all the reasons I think Kasey was talking about, I think it's a really, really powerful storyline that I think goes into Sam's worth and all of those things that I think is.
Yeah, no, sorry, carry on.
And they dip into more like world building, I think, too, at that point. And I think that's expanding. Again, it has to do a lot with the tablets, which sometimes it's just, oh, we're going to the tablets again. But I think this first example of it, I thought was really, really good when they start to use it. And the number one, I mean, maybe I was writing with my dick. First Blade, Mark of Cain, Abaddon is the big bad. Season 9.
I expected that.
Yeah.
I expected that.
Yeah. Mark of Cain Dean is very much like...
He's Sandra's bae. In a very, don't touch me, stay over there. I love you, but don't touch me.
Very primal way, I think, too. Season 9 has just got, and I mean, arguably the hottest Dean Winchester.
The hottest Dean hair. It's so distinctly different from every other Dean hair.
It's not the hair.
Sorry.
No,
that
it's
was
not,
me.
It's not the hair. It's just Dean. I don't know. Like, I feel like there's so many. I mean, this is the start of like, he was always baby man and beautiful and stuff, but like, there's a point in the show where it's just the manliness takes over. It's not even like the best episode, Sharp Teeth. It's the Garth as a werewolf episode. But I swear to God, like, Dean is like, just, oh my God. Like, I just like, I watched that episode just like, oh my God, you're beyond like anything.
Usually a hear me out is someone that is not conventionally attractive that you're like, no, hear me out. Sandra's hear me out is, hear me out. I don't know what it is, but he's just so incredibly fuckable here.
And
it's great.
And Blade Runners 2. Blade Runners 2 is another, like, because that's the suit
I don't know which episode that is.
That's the blue suit episode that I absolutely love that we did.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many good things going on in that. So, yes. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a fun storyline to get into, too, about, again, lore, world building. You bring in Cain, a lot of other things that kind of...
Oh, can we just, like... Just for a fucking second, in the spirit of talking with our dicks, can we just talk about Timothy
Osmondson?
Yes. My brain kept giving me Osmond. No, ombudsman, which is like it's like an overseer of a sector.
Okay.
Timothy, whatever his fucking last name is. Can we just talk about him for a second? Like, I am not into, like, Jensen is the exception to this rule because he's growing into it, and I've been around long enough that I'm like, I can tolerate this. I'm not into quote unquote daddy. Like, people are like, JDM is daddy, and I'm like, he's I can't finish that thought. Anyway, people are like, JDM is daddy, and I'm like, I love that for you, but I'm not into that. I'm not into that, like, style, if you will. You know, like, all the men that are still like I suppose an exception would be like Kurt Russell in the Christmas Chronicles. I enjoy that. He's cute. But like, fucking Timothy, Christ. Like, I'm not feral about him, but I'm like, boy, it's because it's the hair, isn't it? I know who I am as a person. It's because he has long hair.
He has short hair in season 9, so it does. You don't see him.
Yeah, but I don't think.
10. You just think of him long hair the whole time.
Yeah, when I think of it, I think of him with his waves when he goes on his little murder spree. Fucking swoon, though.
Yeah. We're totally normal about this show, guys. And
we are do you guys know how fucking normal we are about Supernatural? Y'all are #blessed.
We've gone through tingling viscerally for certain reasons and then tingling for other reasons because of what
This is a very tingly episode. Probably don't call it that though. Maybe.
I'm not. No.
Hey, no, for an algorithmic
I might put
experiment.
it in the description. I may put that in the description. But I might definitely do that. Like, we're all tingles.
No, I think for an algorithmic experiment,
it won't do well. I'll tell you right now. It won't it won't hit any of the things. It won't hit any of the keywords if I make it. I mean, unless we go tingling with the Winchesters.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, is it like, if we title it, do you think we can skirt that line between, oh, it's sexy, and the algorithm going, no, bad porn, no.
No, I mean, I think I worry more about, like, how are people going to find it too, and I don't know if people use tingle that way all the time.
No, but the algorithm, if it's the right side of sexy, the algorithm might push it. Okay. I don't know. Watch this space.
That absolutely has nothing to do with, like.
Watch this space to see whether this episode gets a tingle title.
Oh gosh. On that
You
note,
will know. We don't know, but you will know.
We've man,
we got other shit to do, guys.
We packed a lot in like 2 hours of like, let's get together, let's push all of our buttons in all of the worst ways possible. And then,
do you feel better though? Because I feel better. I came into this episode still like a little bit keyed up.
No, I feel better.
There was a lot of caffeine involved. But now I'm like, I feel like I've exercised some demons. I feel like
I should have known how many monsters you had ingested before we started talking. I feel like I needed
just like, before we record again, you're going to fucking tell me how much caffeine you've had. Like, I want to specify, I am 3 weeks into a new job, which is like...
All the props to Kasey. Kasey's doing exceptional. Kasey is handling it like a champ.
It is an in-person job that is 40 plus hours a week. And I have not worked an in-person full-time job since before my eldest child was born. And he's 14 now. So it has been, and even before I was pregnant with my eldest child. So it absolutely has been more than 15 years. So I am fucking tired. And it is a long recording day. Today, we've recorded this, we've got another episode to record, and then we're interviewing a very exciting guest. Dun, 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 watch the space.
Yeah.
So I was like, I really should have timed it out a little bit better. I should have timed it out a little bit better because I had an energy drink when I got up, and then I was like, it's going to be a really long afternoon, and I don't like to drink them too far into the afternoon because like they hit like a truck. But listen to the start of this episode for evidence of how hard they hit. So I was like, okay, like I'll drink one when we get started. And I did. And I'm sorry, Sandra. Have a caffeine count in the description. How much caffeine did Kasey consume before recording this episode?
Yeah, that might actually be good. I have to do that from now on just to
maybe. Maybe.
But anyway, we have 2 more episodes like this at some point to try to do.
We will see out this ranking. Yeah. We know it was a bad idea. Yeah. We thank you for sticking with us. We will see it out.
But we're never doing anything like this.
We're never doing anything like this again. We're never doing anything like this again. I think we're running out of things. We might have run out of things to rank.
Yeah.
But we will rank the rest of the plot lines.
Yeah.
Watch this space.
Yeah. But for now, we're going to wrap up this episode. So we're going to thank you for listening. Let us know what you thought of our rankings. Let us know what you think is like least favorite, worst favorite, worst favorite, least favorite, best. I don't know. Whatever you think of.
How many monsters have you had, bro?
I haven't had any, actually. I only had 1 cup of coffee earlier, but.
Wow, look at that.
Look at that.
Imagine getting by in life on just 1 cup of coffee. Fuck me. I'm so sorry. I will shut up. Please do your outro.
No, let us know what you thought of the episode. You can email us at idlingintheimpala@gmail.com. You can comment on Spotify, leave a YouTube comment, join our Discord, and chat with fellow idlers and us in real time. Check out our merch store, which is another fun way to show your support. You can find details for everything on our website. That's idlingintheimpala.com. Want to fuel our supernatural road trip? Consider supporting us on Ko-fi. We have perks to go along with different membership tiers, and we'd love to have you along for the ride.
Speaking of perks, we've got special shout-outs for some of our Ko-fi members. From our Shotgun Picks and Music tier, we've got Runaway Dreamer, Crowley's Mistress, Sam and Dean 76, Elia, Charlie, and Flannelled Faye. From our Baby Driver tier, we've got Livia. Thanks for picking the tunes in the car and steering us in the right direction. Support like yours keeps our podcast going. Don't forget, you can always support us for free by liking, commenting, subscribing on YouTube, and following, rating, sharing on audio platforms. Engagement like that really helps us with the algorithms. All hail their benevolence. As always, we have the causes we support in the description. So from me, you have LGBTQ plus talking charities. From Sandra, you have mental health charities. And of course, the main causes that we are highlighting, championing, spotlighting are World Central Kitchen and Docs Without Borders. If you want to know more about these causes, why we're supporting them, what they mean to us, check out idlingintheimpala.com. There's a page there called Causes Cause with all the details. So with that, we will say, please let us know your thoughts. And again, if you would like to discuss with me about season 8 or season 9, email us, join our Discord, let's have a conversation. I promise to be normal with you as much as I can be. But huge thank you for joining us in the backseat, and we will see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.